Your YouTube view count is about to jump overnight, and it has nothing to do with your content getting better. Starting August 24th, 2026, YouTube changes how it counts a view across the entire platform. On the surface, that sounds like good news, right? More views, bigger numbers, better looking analytics. But I want to talk about what this means for you if you're building a coaching business, a consulting practice, or any income stream on this platform right here. Because the creators who get excited about the inflated numbers and stop there, they're going to miss the real opportunity that's buried behind this change. And the women who understand what's really shifting right now, they're going to be the ones positioned in a very different place 12 months from now. So stay with me until the end of this video because I'm connecting a few things here that nobody else is going to connect, including what this view count change has to do with why multiple streams of income stop being optional for you. So I have been on this platform since 2009, and I built this channel years before I made even a single dollar from it. So when YouTube changes something, I pay attention, and this one's worth paying attention to. So here's the facts. A view now counts the moment a video starts playing or when someone joins a live stream. Before this, YouTube widely required about 30 seconds of watch time before a view even registered. That 30-second standard existed for a reason. It filtered out accidental clicks. It gave advertisers the confidence that a human being actually saw something, and it made view count a rough proxy for real engagement. Now, all of that is just gone. And YouTube said something really interesting about why. They said creators wanted to, and I'm going to paraphrase here, they said creators wanted to eliminate metric confusion and understand their true exposure. Not their true engagement or their true audience, their exposure. That word choice tells you exactly where this is heading, because exposure and income are not the same thing, y'all. Exposure means someone scrolled past your video and autoplay caught them for 2 seconds. Income means someone trusts you enough to invest in what you're selling. So here's the part most people talking about this are going to completely miss. YouTube is keeping the old metric. They're calling it engaged views now, and it lives in your analytics dashboard. So the number the world sees is going up, but the number that matters, the number that shows you how long someone chose to stay, that number is still there. It's just not public anymore. And that distinction matters more over the next 12 months than most people realize. If you're using this platform to build your business, not as a hobby, the engaged view number is the one you want to pay attention to. Here's what I want you to really understand about this moment. YouTube has made 2 major announcements in the same week. Last week, they doubled the watch hour requirement for creators to qualify for the partner program. This week, they changed how views are being counted. People are treating these as their 2 separate stories, and they're not. Read them together, and YouTube is telling you exactly where it wants its creators to focus. Watch hours still matter, so much so that they raised the bar for them. But public view counts are becoming less meaningful because now they're going to spike for videos that have 0 value. The thing about it is, what YouTube really wants to reward, it hasn't changed. And that's watch time. It's retention. YouTube wants to reward the kind of content that makes people stay, come back, and eventually trust you enough to click on something. That's exactly the kind of content a coaching business is built on. Think about what you do as a coach, a consultant, or a professional woman with a skill other people need. You build trust before you ask for the sale, right? You consistently show up before you see a result, and you create so much value that someone decides that you're the person they want to learn from. And let's be clear, YouTube at its core rewards the exact same behavior. Here's the thing, platforms keep changing, algorithms keep shifting, but the underlying principle of all this, it doesn't move. And that is the fact that people buy from people they trust, and trust is built through a consistent and valuable presence. So if you've been waiting for the right moment to build something on this platform, you need to understand this. The game is not getting any easier. A week ago, YouTube made that very clear. What they told you this week is that the best time to build real trust before the numbers get real noisy was yesterday, and the second best time is literally right now. Listen, if you've been watching my videos because you're building a coaching business, this isn't a YouTube news moment for you. This is a business strategy moment, because the coaches winning right now, they're not the ones who went viral. They're the ones who built a body of content that converts. There's a difference between content that gets views and content that gets clients. And the new view counting system is about to make that difference very hard to see from the outside. Because when everyone's view count starts going up, including people whose content has zero value, the public number stops telling you anything. The public number won't show you which creator has 200 videos that walk someone from problem to solution. It won't show you which channel built a library people binge before they book a discovery call. It won't even show you which coach structured her content so well that YouTube sends her referrals while she sleeps. That's the strategy that pays off, not the strategy chasing trending sounds and recycled hooks. The strategy that pays off is the one that treats every single video as a trust building asset inside of a business, not a standalone bid for attention. Listen, your 9 to 5 was never meant to be your only income stream, and YouTube was never meant just to be a place to get famous. And for the women who understand what they're sitting on, I'm talking about the skills, your experience, and the credibility that you've spent years building. YouTube is one of the most powerful free platforms on the planet for turning your skills into income, but only if you approach this like a business owner, not like someone who's just relieved her numbers went up. If anything in this video is making you think,
I need to learn how to turn my skills into income,
I created a free training just for that. In this training, I'll walk you through exactly how to identify what you can sell, why coaching is one of the most viable first income streams for women like you, and what most women get wrong when they try to start. If you want in, just drop the word income down in the comments and I'll make sure you get all the details. Now keep watching because this next part is about to get real personal. Now let me tell you why I take YouTube's platform changes personally, not just as a creator, but as a business owner. When YouTube doubled the watch hour requirement last week, a lot of people got upset. They felt like the door to monetization just got harder to crack. And I understand that. But here's what that announcement was really telling every woman who's been thinking about building something. That announcement literally told you that your income cannot depend on one platform's rules, just like it can't depend on one employer's decisions. I've watched layoffs gut six-figure earners with no warning. I've watched return to office mandates force women to choose between their careers and their families. I've watched pay gaps stay flat while cost of living climbed. And I've watched YouTube change monetization rules, demonetize channels, and shift algorithms with zero notice. None of that is solvable if your only plan is to get paid by one single source. Listen, multiple streams of income are not a luxury for women who've made it. They're a strategy for women who are smart enough to see the risk before that risk becomes a crisis. And what YouTube is doing right now, I'm talking about raising the bar on who gets in, inflating the public numbers, and hiding the real data in the back end. This should be a reminder that these platforms are not our partners. They're distribution tools. Listen, your business is your asset. Your skills are your asset. And YouTube at its best is the vehicle that gets your skills in front of the people who need them. But your income, the real income, I mean the kind that doesn't disappear when an algorithm shifts, it comes from what you build from that attention. I'm talking about an offer, a coaching program, or a digital product someone can buy at 2 o'clock in the morning without you being awake to close the sale. That's the income strategy that outlasts any platform update. And all of this starts with understanding what you already have to offer. Okay, so now what do you actually do with all of this? I'm gonna give you 3 things. Not a 10-step plan, I'm giving you exactly 3 things that matter here. First of all, stop measuring your YouTube success by the number YouTube is about to make meaningless. After August 24th, 2026, your view count is going to go up. And I don't want you to celebrate that as traction if your watch time isn't growing with it. So go into your analytics and find engaged views, because that's your real number. That's the number that's going to tell you whether or not people are staying, watching, and building the kind of trust that turns into a sale. Second, your content needs a destination. Listen, a YouTube channel without an offer is just a hobby, but a YouTube channel with an offer is a business. And your offer doesn't have to be complicated, y'all. It doesn't need to be high ticket or fully built out. Your offer can be as simple as one thing that solves one problem for one person, because that's where income in all this starts. Thirdly, and this is the one that matters most, I want you to start before the rules change again, because they will. YouTube just proved that in less than 7 days. And the women who are positioned when the next update drops, they're the ones who started building before they had all the answers. Listen, you don't need a big audience to make your first coaching sale. You don't need years on YouTube either. You don't even need to find the perfect niche before you take your first step. What you need is clarity on what you're selling and who you're selling it to, and then show up for the people who are already looking for exactly what you know how to do. The changes that happen on these platforms, they're not your obstacle. The belief that you need to wait until everything's perfect, that's your obstacle. In this video, I'm talking about this exact moment. This is not a coincidence. You're here because something in you already knows it's time. YouTube just changed its view count rule. On the surface, that looks like a creator story. But if you've watched me for any length of time, you know I don't bring you platform updates without connecting them to your business. Because the real story isn't that your view count is going up. The real story is that the volume of the noise is going up. And that means the women building with intention, the ones with a clear offer, a clear audience, and a clear reason someone should trust them, those women are going to stand out more, not less. Now, if you're at the point where you're thinking,
You know what? I know I have something to offer, but I don't know how to package it, price it, or get my first paid client.
I made something just for you. It's called 2K in 2 hours. It's a micro course that walks you through building your first coaching offer from what you already know, pricing it to sell, and making your first sale. So if you're ready to stop waiting and start building, you can get 2K in 2 hours on my website at herincomeedit.com/2K, or just click the link down in the description. If you're new here, my name is Nick Scott, and I help women turn their existing skills into coaching income, digital products, and online businesses. And if you want the full picture of what YouTube changed this month, not just the view count, but the watch hour rules that decide whether or not new creators can even get paid on this platform, I made a video on that too. Okay, I'll see you there.